How much do you want your wedding to cost?
How much should a wedding cost?
How
much should a wedding cost? Let's get to the
It's
bottom
not
of this, man.
600k.
Probably like 600k. Probably even.
Let me defend her a little bit, playing devil's advocate.
Of course. 30 million views across Blue Therapy. And if that wasn't enough, calculated couples. And if that wasn't enough, well-known mentor of Mizzy. I want to get a round of applause for Paul Bridges. He's here today, man.
If she's saying she wants the wedding to cost 600, maybe she has a plan of how you're gonna make money from that wedding too.
Do you believe that's the case?
No, I don't think that's the case. But you never know. No, but still, no.
In these environments, do you believe that you should be yourself as a black man? Because you know, like, it's a funny question. It's like, cool, like, we want to be ourselves, which we're fighting for. But at the same time, we need to be smart with the people in the room as well. So, like, how are you navigating that space?
Yeah. So to answer your question, no, don't be yourself. Obviously, I was doing the whole website thing. I had a girlfriend as well. Yeah. I kind of gained a bit of weight. Yeah, it was looking back, it was a tiny bit of dark times. But I had a conversation with that ex one day. Long story short, I decided to have a transformation. Entrepreneurship. Right? To be honest with you, my young people out there, go and get a job. Go and get a job. Trust me, I know what I'm saying. Because listen.
Hello, welcome to the Okolo show. Today, I'm with a very, extremely special guest. Well dressed. Social media extravaganza. 30 million views across Blue Therapy, which is what you're well known as. And if that wasn't enough, calculated couples. And if that wasn't enough, you began mentoring, you know, well-known mentor of Mizzy, who all know had like a, troubled upbringing as well. But just in all, like a great figure for the community, a role model, calculated. And I think, one thing I like about you is that you obviously play a character, but behind every character, there's always a genius to it as well. And I feel like that's what we're going to get into today a little bit, man. But I want to get a round of applause for Paul Bridges. He's here today, man. How do you feel, man? How do you feel?
Thank you so much for that intro. Raw, that was a good intro. I like that.
You got to give the flowers, man. I'm not sure everyone does, you know what I mean?
In person, yes.
Yeah.
Online, not really.
And why do you think that is?
I feel like online, it's the type of place where you can, well, it depends on where you are, who you are, what you're on. You can kind of just do whatever. It's just like, imagine being in a simulation and you could just be another character. Would you be yourself? Probably not.
Probably not.
There we go. So online, people, they don't have to be themselves. They can be whoever they want, and they prefer to be, the bad guy.
But I want to ask as well, bro, like, so how would you describe yourself, like, I think that's a fair question. Like, how would you say, how would you describe yourself, bro?
Calculated, obviously.
Yeah.
But at the same time, on a serious note, I'm quite, I'd say disciplined. I'm quite, I'd like to say I'm fun, loving. I love my family. I love all the people that are close to me, friends, even calculated supporters. I have quite a good relationship with a good few of them that I've met online. And I'd say, first of all, loving. I'm a person that I love hard and I love a lot as well. After that, I would say I am quite calculated, as I said. So before I do something, majority of the time I think about it. And sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad. It could be bad because when you think too much, you end up not doing it.
Yeah, facts.
But it could be good in the sense that you think things through before you go through it.
Profession-wise, how would you describe yourself as a professional? As
a professional, I would say quite, straight to the point, straightforward. No one can come and tell you I've done anything. You know what I mean? I don't even want to shade people, but yeah. When you're dealing with someone, try to be correct. Even if, look, do you know what? In business, not everything goes perfectly spanking the way it could be or should go, but it's left up to you to manage the relationship and say, oh, do you know what? This hasn't worked, but this is what we could do to make it right, rather than just ghosting and not picking up the phone.
Yeah, and you say you're an entrepreneur.
Yep.
You used to work in finance as well at some point.
No, IT.
But at the moment, just entrepreneur, social
I'd
media, director.
Say, that's the realm that I want to kind of go, which, well, I'm in, obviously. And I feel like with the experience that I got from Calculated Couples, so I was directing, producing, casting, you know, like everything. However, the only difficulty with that is when you're dealing with two couples and it's a real show reality, then it's, oh, take this out, take that out.
Yeah.
And the timings and all of that. Even me coming here today, the timing wasn't the best.
Yeah.
But we still made it work. So imagine if it was me and another person.
Yeah.
So imagine if you have that and you still have the confessionals. Come on.
And I feel like dealing with influence as well, they can be a nightmare. Because what I've learned, especially I'm from corporate, you're from corporate as well, right? So in corporate, we carry ourselves a certain way, innit?
Yeah.
Like even for example, on a Zoom call, camera on. Do you know what I mean? Like I can never have a meeting with my client and not put my camera on and thinking this guy, or have my headphones in.
Right.
But when you step into the creator world, they don't know these things. Have you seen that yourself? Because you come from corporate into creative as well. Do you know what I mean?
Know what I've seen. I've seen a lot.
Let's hear some stories though.
Okay, sure. What type of stories?
Anything you want to share, man.
Cool. Yeah, but what type? I can take it there.
Yeah.
It depends on what
Well,
it's your podcast. I don't want to just...
Unprofessionalism you see probably from like in that kind of creative world.
Sure. So I would say, okay, this is interesting. There was this guy that sent me a DM.
Okay.
And well, technically he's not an influencer, but he has a large following. Cool guy. Seems like, anyway, online. So if you see his profile, like, because if I say too much, I'm giving it away who he is.
Yeah, for sure.
But he's living life.
Yeah.
So you see him doing all the nice stuff. Right?
Yep.
So he must have sent me a DM. He said, well, do you know what? Let's meet up, let's have a meeting. I want to talk business with you.
Yeah.
Usually, if someone just sends you a DM, let's meet up, let's talk business.
Facts, bro.
But if the person's profile's right, you're thinking, it'll be interesting to hear what they've got to say.
No, facts.
So the guy says, listen, let's have a meeting. I've got some real business, some big business. Yeah, I got some, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he was talking his talk. I said, okay. I said, where? Because if he said somewhere far, regardless, if I don't know you, I'm not going.
It's not
But he said Mayfair. I said, that's fine. That's me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said, okay. I was like, where? And he said some place or wherever. I said, yeah. I'm half sold or whatever it is he wants to talk about.
Yeah.
And then what happened is, on the day now, the guy was just moving very, very...
Yeah.
I said, bro, I said, bro, what's good? You know what I mean? And he was just... So I feel like he kind of oversold himself, maybe.
Yeah, it always happens, you know.
And then he realized that, like, you could talk all the talk, but when you meet me, yes, and then I think his spirit told him that, oh boy, he's gonna disgrace himself. Yeah, because I will suss you out like this.
Yeah.
You can talk, but when I meet you, I will suss you out like this. Let me tell you something. Now, no, listen. I'm sure in the DM, right, you must have got lots of people saying to you, listen, let's do this.
Oh, facts. I ignore most of them, I'm not gonna lie.
No, I listen, I give people the...
Yeah.
So there was this one guy from Australia or wherever.
Australia. International, you know.
Yeah. He was talking, saying, listen, you know, like Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
University.
Hustlers University, yeah.
He was like, listen, Paul, based on your profile, we could set something. It's not a bad idea. He said, listen, this is the template. You just have to make videos just like reading the template, and this is the template of how the thing works. We've already got the website set up and everything. This is a template that we sell out to people with your type of profile. You fit the profile. I said, sounds interesting. And I was like, okay, so yeah, what do you want? And they were like, listen, but for us to give you this template and stuff, we're going to have to charge you, let's say, for example, £10,000. I said, okay. So if I give you 10,000, then when am I supposed to make it back? And then they were like, okay, listen, once I've made all the videos and stuff, they will do all of the work from there. And I'll still pay them, let's say, monthly to manage that.
Yeah.
But within the first month, they're expecting me to get about 50k pounds.
When do you come with these?
No, that's not a problem. Yeah. No. I knew how I was going to catch him. I know how to catch these people.
Yeah.
So he said, listen, Paul, in the first, because it was a Zoom call.
Yeah.
Even the Zoom call, as soon as we come in, the guy just start recording us. Bro, you didn't even ask me. But anyway, bro, we do it.
I should get clips.
We do it. Anyway, so now, the guy just said, okay, look, you're going to get 50k in the first month. I said, okay. So I give you 10 now. At the end of the month, I'll give you another 2 for your service. But then I get 50k. So 38, for example.
Yeah, profit, yeah.
I said, it sounds all right. I said, all right, keep on talking. I'm listening to the guy was just explaining it in 10 different ways. I said, okay, cool. I said, how sure are you that I'm going to make the 50K? He said, listen, he could put his life on it. I was looking at the guy through the Zoom. I said, this guy doesn't have 1K. I was looking at him through that Zoom. I said, this guy doesn't have a penny.
How did you know that?
You don't know.
But you can just tell.
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You never know. But I looked at the guy. I said, okay, I'm going to test this guy. So I'm listening to him. I let him start talking. And I said, you know what? This sounds like a really good idea, man. I think this thing could really, really work. I think this is it. Let me think about it. When can we talk again? He said, whatever. I said, okay, cool. We spoke again. I said, how sure are you about it? He said, listen, he can bet his life I'm going to get 50K. I said, okay, but you want me to put down 10K first? He said, yeah. I said, okay, let's make a deal, right? How about you give me 10K, right? Then I'll start. When the 50K comes, we'll split that and you take that 10K back.
Which is better for him as well anyway.
Do you think the guy done it?
Of course not.
Because he doesn't have the 10K. So, long story short, to go back to what you're saying in terms of, okay, what's a crazy story? Every other day someone comes to me to say, listen, Paul, help us to sell this product.
Yeah.
You're going to make, I guarantee you, if you put your name or your face behind this thing, it's going to make X, Y, Z. I said, oh, wait. I say, okay, no problem. Okay, how much? Let's say they say 20K. I said, okay, cool. Okay, you give me the 20K. I'll put my face there. And at the end of the month, we'll split that money and you take that 20K back out of the money that's been made. But they can't do it. So they chatted. Yeah, if they were serious, go and take out a loan. Give the person the money. Do you know what I'm saying?
I feel like more time when someone do business with you, they invest into you first, innit?
Right.
Like, that's how it should be. That's what you see with agencies, and they invest into you first, knowing that they'll make their bed. Like you see in music,
football.
Do you know what I mean? Record labels,
Yeah.
they will give you that advance. Knowing they're gonna eat. They're gonna eat on the back end. Do you know what I mean?
This is the fact. Now the thing is, if it wasn't for the sake that it's a podcast, I'll show you a deck that I made last night. I can show you now, but I wouldn't want you to talk about it.
Yeah.
Should I show you?
No, it's okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So basically, I'll show you a deck that I made like 2 days ago. And if you see this, you know what I want to show you, but just have a skim read and just don't go into detail. Just have a quick look, and you will understand how I work. Just that.
Yeah, but in the meantime as well, I want to ask you a few questions. The first one, I want to get into you and yourself, because you got a story to tell, and we need to get into that. But first question is, how do you navigate this? Because you're a man now with a lot of image in it, and when you're in that position, people promise you a lot. How do you decipher that? Because even there's people with no followers getting swindled. Like, I've had fake accounts for myself. My boy's been hacked by my fake accounts. So how do you decipher who is worth doing business with and who isn't?
Good question. I would say that basically, going back to the story that I just told you, you have to put the people to the test there and then. So if a person's telling me you can do X, Y, Z, I said, okay, cool. You sure you can do it? Okay, put money down now. Let's see. Simple. Tell them to put the money down. They'll run away.
Take it serious though.
They'll run away.
Yeah. Because the people that make money haven't got an issue with putting down the money.
That's what I'm saying. The people that make money, they don't have a problem putting down money. The people that don't make money, that's their biggest problem.
My second question is, how much should a wedding cost?
How
much should a wedding cost? Let's get to the
It's not 600K. No, you never know. Okay, cool. You know what? Let's talk about the 600K.
Yeah, let's talk about it, man.
Look, at the end of the day, you can never really put down anyone's aspirations.
Of course.
If you want to, listen, that girl could marry a billionaire tomorrow. No, we don't know now. You never know.
You don't.
If that's what you really want, oh boy, you can get it. Oh, don't let anyone come and tell you that you can't have a 600K. Anyone could, if that's what you want, but what you have to do, that's another question.
Let's talk about that then.
Oh, well, I'm not looking to have a 600K, so I can't tell you what you have to do for me.
But if you were a billionaire on the other end now, and you're with...
No, but I'm not, so I can't.
Okay, fair.
So it's just like me saying to you, if you're a billionaire, then...
Yeah, I hear it still.
If you're not a billionaire, you don't know what you would do if you were a billionaire.
But to you, how much is your wedding?
I don't know,
Yeah.
It depends, man. Right now I'm in love.
You've seen.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm in a very happy place, happy space, as you can see.
Yeah. And that's not smiling since you've been here.
I'm telling you, listen, man. I literally just came from Bali.
Yeah.
I had the best time. I'm happy. And I feel like right now, obviously, I know you've got questions, but in terms of like me being in social and stuff, I just thought to myself, do you know what? I have to show you guys something different.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not every day we come, we say, guys, moves. No. Sometimes let me give you guys some maturity. Let me show you what's really
healthy
down.
love.
Yeah, healthy love.
Not boring love, healthy love.
Yes, the healthy love. There's nothing wrong with being in love, madam. There's nothing wrong with that. But who you in love with?
But we're gonna get there as well, because my generation is finished, as you see when it comes to even the lady that, I'm not saying that she hasn't got the right to ask for 70K yet, but you know that's the conversations that our generations are having right now, and I feel like it's without the other end of the knowledge as well.
So let me defend her a little bit, playing devil's advocate.
Of course.
Look, at the end of the day, as a man, it's your job to have the conversation with her and get her to understand. So you can say, oh, she's wrong for saying that. Okay, cool. But if you were her man, what would your response be? It's your response, and it's your job to teach her, get her to understand that she might be thinking.
Yeah, I get it still, but I don't think she's wrong. As you said, like I think any girl's entitled to whatever lifestyle they want, and I think boys need to stop telling girls. Usually, it's the guys that maybe not have it as much that tell girls that they're wrong for wanting what they want. You know what I'm saying? But at the same end, I feel like there needs to be an element of realisticness into this as well.
No, let me play devil's advocate again.
Okay, let's go.
Look, at the end of the day, we're saying okay, element of realisticness, but look, we don't know how much. If she's saying she wants the wedding to cost 600, maybe she has a plan of how you're gonna make money from that wedding too.
Do you believe that's the case?
No, I don't think that's the case. But you know, no, but still, no. I'm trying to be optimistic. No, I'm trying to be optimistic. Look, at the end of the day, there's a lot of girls out there, and they want the best for themselves. And who are we to tell them? That they shouldn't aspire to have the best, whether it's this or that. But for her to say that, then obviously she's ambitious. At least.
But that's the point I'm making. I feel like knowledge needs to come into the conversations a little bit. And I feel like people are making numbers and statements, whatever. And I'm not saying her, but in general, my generation, without like having made a certain, seen a certain amount.
No, fair. But as a man, in your any generation, it's your job to be able to get her to realize that, to have that conversation with her in the logical way to get. But also considering that she may not be as logical as you are.
Of course.
So you have to know how to navigate.
My question for you then is this: so as a man now, you can do that, as you mentioned, educate these women, or do you think it might be smart just for like, you know what, this one isn't for me, let me look elsewhere? Because I think the latter might make, I believe you, don't dictate what women should do. There's other women out there, that's what you want, if that's what she wants, it's calm, there's other women that, you know what I mean?
Okay, cool. Now, what I would say is you have to weigh it up. Now, there could be two girls that say the same 600K. One of them, you're looking at everything else around her, that if I talk to this girl, would she be able to listen to me in the long term, and will she be able to grow with me?
Yeah.
And the other one, you know that girl ain't listening to her family. She ain't listening to her parents, she ain't listening to you, technically, if you know what I mean. So if she's a girl that you feel like you can develop, she can learn, and she can listen to you in the long term, and she could change, why not give it a shot? Because with relationships, no one's perfect. So you're both going to develop and learn together anyway. So you just saying, oh, this girl, she's done out X, Y, Z. Okay, cool, you can do that. But on the flip side, if you actually spent time and said, you know what, let me educate this girl, she might turn out to be better than the one that you're going for in the future. That's why teachability is the most important trait.
Teachability. See, like open-mindedness is the best trait you can find in a man or woman, in my opinion. If they're open-minded, you can talk to them, communicate with them. If you can't communicate, it's whatever, man.
True.
But listen, I want to take it all the way back, man.
Let's go.
I want to take it back, like. I want to start maybe like in school.
Okay.
What were your aspirations growing up, bro? Like, like obviously you're doing what you do now, but like the world that you probably grew up in, what you're doing now wasn't a reality. So what was your actual aspirations as, let's say, 17, 16-year-old?
Rap.
Oh, you want to be a rapper, yeah?
16, 17. MC.
What kind of rappers were you looking up to at these times?
Jizzy Rascal.
Yeah.
Wiley, Tinchy Schreider. Tiny Temper.
Yeah. And you were drigging for this rap career? Like mixtapes?
I never said I had a career. I'm just saying I wanted to. It's stuff that you see that.
But you working towards it though?
No.
Oh, you weren't?
No, I used to spit like on the road.
Yeah,
you know?
But like nothing, like you don't drop a mixtape, nothing.
Oh no. I wasn't on that level.
Okay, this is like 6, 17 then. So then what's like, at this point, where are you thinking, I'm going to go to university, get a job, like?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, got to uni now. Well, funny enough, when I was 16, 17, I had this girlfriend, and she was connected. And long story short, she got me a job, or her family or whatever got me a job in the Royal Courts of Justice.
Okay.
When I started working there, that's when my mind opened. That's when I first started wearing suits.
When you say your mind open, what does that look like?
Oof. Well, if you haven't worked in that environment before, you just won't understand. It's when you get there, you see how people when I walk outside of the workplace and I see how people look at me, people that see me coming out of that place, and I'm like, oh. When I wear the suit when I was young, and you see how people look at you and treat you different when you walk into a shop.
Facts,
Morning,
bro.
sir. I'm like, oh,
facts, bro.
But when you're wearing a tracksuit,
It's different.
they're walking around. Hey, what's this guy gonna steal?
It's different.
But
still.
when you're wearing a suit, it's like, good morning, sir. A guy that's older than you, white man in this country. That's when I thought, okay. You know, you have to, yeah.
Is that where the suits came from then?
I would say, yeah. Subconsciously, from when I was about 16, the first time when I was working in the Royal Courts of Justice, that's when.
So what is the Royal Courts of Justice?
Sure. So Royal Courts of Justice is basically the main court, one of the high courts. You know, like on the news, whenever there's a celebrity that is going to prison, and it shows like all of the paparazzi outside, where the popular cases happen and stuff. The main court, which is in the Strand, that's where it is.
You were working there at 16, 17, and did you go to university after that?
Yes.
So why though? What's the point?
I messed up, right? I know.
I'm asking. No, I'm asking honestly,
bro. No, but at the time, obviously, there was the hype around. Well, there still is the hype around university life and you know, like,
yeah.
Did you go uni?
I went uni, but I'm not gonna lie, I regret it still. I don't regret going, but I regret like going. That makes sense.
I don't regret it because I had an amazing.
That's why I don't regret it. But in terms of like a logical point of view, career path, it didn't make sense. Still.
It kind of. No, but then again, it got me a few jobs after uni. To be fair. But still, I don't regret it. I had so many good times. Met lots of new friends and stuff. People that I still know today. But logically, I should have bloody stayed in the place.
So you left the Royal Court of Justice, a good job experience, so which university did you go to?
No.
Brunel, that's near my yard as well, you know, West London. But so what was was there no thought behind it? Just I
want to go uni. All my friends are going uni. I want to go uni.
And what do you study?
Engineering.
What kind of engineering?
Electrical. So I studied engineering for about 2 years, and after I said, no, this is not.
What, you quite studious then?
After, so I went to uni, I studied engineering, and then I changed my course to business.
Okay.
When I started studying business, that's when I became more studious, because I was older, maturity.
Business degree, like entrepreneurship, is there a correlation, do you think, or nah?
Good question. Do you know what? It depends on perspective, to be fair. Because if I was to do the same degree now, the way I would look at it and see it is different from. However, would it help me right now if I done that same degree? Probably not. So.
And then, so when you graduate now, you got a degree. Yeah. At university, I'm hearing that you're doing a couple events here and there.
Did I?
A couple of raves, motives, or.
Did I say that?
I feel like I saw that somewhere.
No, I've never been into. Oh, you mean I was presenting?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Okay.
I was presenting.
So talk about that a little bit.
Okay, cool. So my cousin, he, right. So at the time he had like an events company called Uni House.
Okay.
And they had like the biggest uni raves at the time.
Okay.
So obviously I'm his cousin. So he was like, oh, do you know what? If you want like any opportunities and stuff, he had a magazine called Uni Mag. Yeah. This was before social media.
Yep.
So he was doing all of that stuff. I was there going to the parties, helping to promote and flyering, you know, attending the events and stuff and presenting as well.
And I really want to understand the mindset of Paul at this point, because like it sounds like you're doing a mixture of things. 1 minute Royal Court of Justice, next minute at university, next minute you're presenting, and which is fine because I feel like when you're young you don't have the answers. But like, where is your? Are you more just going with the flow at this point, or have you got a plan of where you want to get to?
Just going with the flow.
Okay, literally anything, just going with it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever, because I feel like sometimes what's quite interesting is that, you know, when you're a young man and, you know, you're in uni and stuff, and you have this girlfriend, and let's say you're like 21, and your girlfriend's like, oh, let's get married right now. Her whole family's pressuring you. Let's get married. Your family's pressuring you. Get married. Does it really make sense?
Yeah. Oh, was that like we're getting at 21?
Every man was getting that.
Oh, say what?
At 22, 23, 24. Well, did you get that?
I didn't get that. Still.
Okay. Have you been in a long-term relationship?
Never.
No. That's why. If you were in a long-term relationship, bro, you would know what I'm talking. All the guys watching, they know what I'm talking about. Now, there's nothing wrong with this girl putting this pressure on you, because the pressure is coming from her family. But it's left up to you to be the voice of reason to her. But then again, technically speaking, you might as well just let the girl go and live her life, because even if you do commit, you're probably not going to be able to give her the life that she wants at that age.
Yeah, facts.
Based on the exposure that we all have now, social
Yeah,
media.
100%.
So you might as well let her just go and get an older guy like me. No, that's a joke. I have a girl.
Yeah. No, I hear
I'm just saying, as a young man, you're not going to be able to give this girl.
But I think that's the issue with like young men, that they can't compete with the older boys. Especially when you become an older boy as well, you kind of see that as well.
Like, yeah, it's long.
Yeah. So cool. So after university, what happened next then? Where'd you go? I just want to give a shout out to America Sale. If you've been seeing the vlogs, the edits, the trailers, all that content is down to America Sale. They are an amazing agency that we've been working with to help get the best out of our content, and we've already seen amazing results. So I encourage you guys to check them out, to tap in, and you know, if you're a creator, an entrepreneur, even just a professional that's looking to up your content game, please check out America Sale. We work with them, they've been amazing, and I think you will see amazing results just like how we have. So please check out Josh at America Sale. We're gonna leave their social media handles in the description below, so be sure to check them out.
Okay, so after university, worked for a few years, different companies, in let's say IT consulting realm.
What was the first role after university?
I was a business developer.
Okay, grad job.
Yep.
Graduate scheme. Oh, so you got
no, not a graduate scheme.
Okay, grad job. So we got a job at university, which is good.
Yeah,
better than most
but
people.
You know, it wasn't straight away, but
Oh, was it a struggle? Yeah.
Yeah. Because you know, like when you first come out, then you go through like the whole recruitment thing. You know how that goes. You know how that goes?
Bare rejections. How did you take that?
You just have to take it. That's how it is.
Yeah.
You know, and what's quite interesting is that, you know, from the recruiter's perspective, well, you're just another person that's just there.
Facts. They don't give a toss though.
They don't give a heck. So even if you go to the interview and everything went perfect, when you come back, they could tell you, listen, the employer said blah, blah, and you just have to take it like that.
Yeah. And you got your job finally as a business developer. How long did that take you for you to get your first grad
Good question. Honestly, I can't remember.
A long time.
Hopefully under a year. Hopefully anyway. But I can't remember.
So now what is this big city job?
No, the first one wasn't a big city job. It was in Soho, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many black people or?
No.
How was that like?
What was it like? It was okay, because I'm a type of person where, you know, I was working in Vocals of Justice, so I have experience of working. I was probably one of the only 2 black people that, you know, in Vocals of Justice, so I already know the vibes already. Yeah. So by the time I was working in Soho now, yeah, I already knew the vibe and I know how to talk to people. So yeah, luckily for me, I just have a way of, it's not like I was like a super hood guy, whatever that is. The guy that doesn't know how to communicate, that doesn't know how to. I've always been vocal. So yeah. And
so what, in these environments, do you believe that you should be yourself as a black man? Because, you know, like, it's a funny question. It's like, cool, like, we want to be ourselves, which we're fighting for, but at the same time, we need to be smart with the people in the room as well. So like, how are you navigating that space?
So to answer your question, no, don't be yourself. Yeah, I'll tell you.
Don't be yourself,
I'll tell you why. Because, wait, do you think you should be yourself or not?
I want to hear from your perspective.
Okay, I gave you my answer. What's your answer?
I want to hear your full perspective.
No, before I give you the full perspective, what's your answer?
I'm in between. I think one, like, when it comes to business, you being yourself makes you more likable and build relationships.
You said a career job.
No, but even career, because if I'll be real, I never worked a corporate job before, innit? But if I did, I would be myself, because I would rather be who I am and do all those repercussions than hide who I am to suit who you think I should be. However, I will still communicate, as you mentioned, in a way where I'm respected.
I'll tell you what will happen if you be yourself. You won't be in that job. That's just the truth. No, maybe not you as a person. I don't know. But yeah, trust me. Let me tell you something. You could look at another guy, of your brother, black guy, right? Both of you could look the same way, but you don't know what's happening in his house. You don't know who he is. You don't know where he's coming from. So if he was to bring all of that out in the office, my brother, you don't know what that looks like.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard stories about people getting like sacked from like these big corporate because they're laughing too loud in the hallways.
We don't know. You understand? At the end of the day, when you get to the office and you see other people from other cultures, do you think they're being themselves?
But do you think you can be professional and be yourself at the same time?
It depends on who you are.
But that's the thing. I know I could be myself. You're professional. I'm not gonna be laughing in the hallway.
No, but that's you. So
okay,
that's why I'm saying. If I was to give like general advice to, I don't know your audience or whatever. I'm not gonna say, go be yourself, bro. Who are you? You could be a madman.
A lot of them were young black people.
Okay, well, young black people, right? You have to be honest with yourself. Who are you? Respectfully, who are you? Are you look? Because at the end of the day, how can I put this? If you know, look at me now. Not the tallest, but tall, black man, bald, beard. Listen, if I laugh too loud, it looks a bit funny. Let's be real.
Yeah, it's cheese though.
If I laugh too loud, the room could shake.
Yeah.
To them.
No, it's cheese still.
To us, you get it.
No, facts,
Even if you didn't know me, you could look at me and say, aha.
I used to get that in school all the time, you know, where like I'm talking too loudly now, I get told off.
But then it's like there's 10 other people, the same thing.
Like my angle is, who am I talking to? Because why am I only here by myself? Surely I'm communicating with somebody, but because I'm naturally louder, maybe because from where we come from.
Maybe it's depending on how you look as well.
Yeah.
Because if there's a big black guy like me, ha, it looks different from if it's a timid white guy, ha. You know what I'm saying?
Facts though, yeah.
So yeah, so now to give you the breakdown of why you shouldn't be yourself is because at the end of the day, when you go in the office, all the other people from other cultures, first of all, 9 times out of 10, they're not being themselves. Even the white people, they're not being themselves.
No, that there is facts.
Even
that one
the white people themselves.
That one there is so.
Even the white
people.
people.
When you go out with them on a night out, you see the
a
real
different
them.
side.
You
That's
know
what I'm trying
I
to
mean?
say. So at the end of the day, everyone, that's what they call the culture fit.
Yeah.
Now, when I was younger, trying to get a job, and they would say, do you know what? We didn't get a job based on your culture fit. I used to be upset. Damn, I messed up. But
that's a peak microaggression.
No. It saved me. Because that culture fit thing, right? You would think that, racism, but now I get it. Because would you want to be in a workplace where you don't have no friends?
Yeah.
You can't talk to no one. There's some jobs, it's about do your job. There's some other jobs, it's about get on with everyone and do your job. Majority of the time, graduate role, they're not expecting you to be the best at your job. So it's more about how you can communicate with the people around you, making everyone feel comfortable, them too with you, and everyone just being able to learn and grow together. Rather than, you come in, you're busting up the job, you don't talk to no one. Yeah. They don't care about that.
But do you feel like we've got to fight for an organisation where we can be our whole selves to work? Like, because I know you mentioned you come there for whatever, but if you brought more black people into the organisation now, surely that will allow for that more. And as you know, happy people bring their best selves to work. Because you might go to an organisation now, you might go to an organisation now quickly, and you might be there and not feel comfortable. You're not going to do your best work, bro. But as you know, and we look at football as well, if you're there, you see ultimate team, the morale. If you got there, morale, you might deliver better work. So should we get to a point where we can go to work, go to a workplace, bring our full selves, and that way we can produce better results?
Sometimes familiarity breeds BS.
Yeah, complacency, yeah.
If two people are too happy, friendly, they become playful and they mess up. If I was the one leading the business, I said, this will be yourself, babe. Just come and do your job. Yeah. And get on with everyone. Yeah. It's not about you being the happiest. I don't. You think I'm the happiest when I'm going to do something? Not necessarily. I still do my job.
But have you found counterparts that have left jobs because they don't feel comfortable in these roles?
Yeah.
So now it comes to losing talent because they're not comfortable.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, there's always more talent on the bloody market.
But it's expensive. Talent is expensive.
Yeah, but it depends on if we're talking about young people like your audience, that talent's not expensive, respectfully.
Okay, that's the realness there.
So how much experience do you have? None. What are you saying?
But what if that person goes to become something? Like, it's about the potential.
My brother, sit down. Anyone can become anything. No one wants to hear that.
Okay. That was a good perspective though. I think that it is real though. Like as a Gen Z, you go into the workplace, let's be real, like you're not the most valuable at that point. It's more about your social skills, how you get on with people, etc. And I do believe like you need to go in there, because I know people that have been rejected from jobs because of how they've moved when they're in the workplace, and you need to be sociable. But I think you can be yourself and be sociable in that regard.
I'm sorry to look. All that yourself, forget about that. My brother, forget that one. Trust me. But look, I'm just saying. Hear me out. Look, if you're a young guy watching this, right? I'll tell you for free. Oh God, I don't even want to say.
No, say whatever you need to say, but this is real.
My people, I love you, right? You need to fit in where you get in. If you have the opportunity, you get in there, you do your job, you put your head down, you get your job done. If you try all of this, blah blah blah, where you find yourself.
It is. I hear it, and I agree. If you want to be forgotten as well, I believe you need to get in there and do it to do your head down, whatever. But I feel like if you want to be valuable as well and be remembered, you can't just be a cog in the system. Because when it comes to redundancies, when it comes to who do you let go first?
Look. As an employee, let's be real. 9 times out of 10, you don't even care about the company anyway. So hear me out. When you leave a company 10 years ago, do you think they would remember their employees from 10 years before? Oh, he was the best person at the time. So who wants to be remembered in the company?
You don't need to be, but in terms of like when it comes to promotions and redundancies, you want to have a bit. I feel like you got to have a bit of character about you. You need to have some sort of character
that's
about
politics.
you.
That's where the politics come in. It's not about your character when it comes to the promotion and the and getting fired, redundancy. It's about the politics, and it's about what you bring to the business as well.
Yeah.
Depending on the type of company that you work in, what you do as well. It's not about how good your person. What? When you're dealing with someone that is from somewhere, you think because you have a nice smile, they're gonna keep you.
I believe so, you know.
Really?
I think a lot of business is relationships, as you said before, and I think a lot of business happens because of they like people. Even in the other communities, the white community, whatever, a lot of the conversations happen because they like this individual. He makes me laugh.
No,
I don't want to let this guy go because he makes me laugh.
No.
Obviously, not that alone, not that alone, but it all adds to it a little bit. Like even when I go to meeting, for example, now, I might drop like, what team do you support? Oh, is it? Drop a little football, whatever, because I know it all adds.
No, fair, but that is part of the politics.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's part of the politics, but boy, I don't know. Every company's different. Every place you go to, you just need to know how you're, when you get there. But what I can say is also entrepreneurship, right? To be honest with you, my young people out there, go and get a job.
You know, I want to stay here, people. I want to stay here for a little bit. Let's go into this. Yeah, I want to stay here still.
Listen, young people, I'm going to be real with you. Go and get a job. Go and get a job. Trust me, I know what I'm saying. Because listen, on these streets, it's not a joke.
Man, I agree, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I agree, man. It's
not a joke. Because now, bear in mind, so far I've told you how many jobs have I told you that I've had. Imagine if I never had any of those jobs and I was just doing entrepreneurship the whole time. How do you know I won't be in prison right now?
Yeah.
So now, the young people, they could look at me, for example, and they could say, oh, Paul done this, Paul done that, he went to Bali, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but I'm 35. So even the girlfriend of all these boys say, yeah, look at what Paul's doing. I want my man to do it. Okay, but go and get a 35-year-old man.
It's true.
You don't want to be a 35-year-old man. Maybe they do. I don't know. But then you want to be talking about, you want to tell a 25-year-old man to do what I'm doing.
But let's give some reason, because right now, like I'll give you a profiles in it, because I know my audience.
Yeah.
You got 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, even 27-year-old man or woman now that's working their job. They're seeing yourself or other people on social media living holidays, and they're like, can't lie, like my check isn't really cutting it. Like I deserve more for myself. I'm gonna start this business. I'm gonna start a clothing brand. And become Cortez and be financially free. What's your response to those people? Like, do you feel like they should keep in their job and not jump off and do the entrepreneurship thing? Like, what is your honest, honest from your experience? Because that's what we need right now. We need older figures to tell these people what that looks like. Leaving your job now, what does that really look like for these people?
I'll tell you now. You're saying, okay, you want to be the next Cortez, right? So how many Cortez are there?
There's one.
Okay, cool. How many people are there?
Many.
So do the math.
Very slim chance. But why can't he be that one though? Why can't he? This
because
person
he was the one already.
Why can't he be the next one?
Try. Go and see. Go and see for yourself. Do you understand? Look, at the end of the day, young people, listen, I get it. As as a person coming from wherever you're from, you feel ambitious, you've got the hunger, you've got the drive, you've got the put all of that into your job. And I'm telling and you're saving. Yeah, if you got so much, you just be saving. When you get older, you will know what to do with the money. Yeah. You will know. But when you're young, you feel like, oh, this, that. Okay. You give it a shot. I'm not gonna say you shouldn't try, but if you want to quit your actual full-time job, boy, what your eyes will see.
What they see? What's the reality?
I'll tell you what it looks like. What it looks like is you can have a friend, right? The friend would say to you, do you know what? Let's start up this business. Let's this, let's that. When you're in the workplace, you know that even if you turn up late or XYZ, long story short, end of the month, you're getting paid. Cool. As soon as you step out of that workplace and you get into business, the person that you're doing business with will say to you, listen, come and let's do this business together. At the end of the month, I'm going to pay you for the XYZ, and they won't give you the money.
Oh, facts.
Then what? That happens 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Before you know it, you're in debt. That is business.
And on top of that, now you're now desperate.
Yes.
And one of the
When
worst
you're
things to be in
desperate,
business, being
is
desperate in
desperate.
business is the
Because
worst
that's
place you
when
can
you
be
find
in.
yourself in prison.
But also in business though now, yeah, you can smell it.
Yeah.
You can smell the desperacy
Yeah,
now.
you can say that something's off. You say,
Yeah,
you know
you
what,
know
let's
what I
give it
mean?
some more time. Just
You know
to
what I'm
see
saying?
how they move.
But that's why, like, if you got a job as well and you're doing your business on the side, you can go into meeting now, yeah, knowing that I don't need
At the end of
I
the
don't
month,
need
you're
the closing
getting paid.
skills. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? So,
At the end of the month,
this is my price. If
Right.
you're happy, cool. If not, it's fine. But when you're desperate, you're like, oh no, you know what, we can do half price. Oh, we'll do 10%.
And the thing is, yeah, I feel like, I don't know, man. It's there's so much I can say, but I don't want to go into. If you bring up the conversation, I'll say it, but I don't just want to just say something.
What's the
I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like, long story short, just get a job. When you get a job, not to say, okay, obviously, because they're gonna say, okay, do you know what? Oh well, I finished uni. I should have this job. I should have a job. Yeah, maybe you should, but maybe you might not have that job right now. There's that. So maybe you might need to manage, a part-time here, or until you get on your feet. Because I can promise you, where I am right now in my life, you watching wouldn't care if 5 years ago, not even 5 years ago, 8 years ago, if I was stacking shelves in Tesco.
Preaching.
Would you care? Are you not still watching me now? It's true. So that means 10 years ago, if I'm 35 now, 25, that means if you're 25 and you're stacking shelves now, there's nothing wrong with that.
Facts.
Because in the future, you can become whoever, and everyone's still going to look at you and say, oh, what's he got to say or she got to say? So that means even if you're not stacking shelves, you can actually stack shelves now.
So if we're going to package this little segment of advice here now, is the advice to be, if you're a young hustler, entrepreneur, have a stable income and then build from there? And if that takes off, then leave your job. Is that what? Or are you saying you should never be a business owner?
Don't leave that job until, let's say, Cortez, maybe? Something like that. Because I'm telling you, once you get out of that job, you go for 1 or 2 deals that they promised you, and then you don't get it. That's when your mind will open. You say, okay, I understand what Paul was saying. But they won't understand. They won't remember that Paul Bridges, Uncle Paul told you.
They experience it, yeah. But surely there's some entrepreneurs out there that can go and start a business and be successful.
No, of course. But we're talking about the majority. It's probably let's say this gets like a good few thousand views. The majority of the people, how many thousands of people are gonna start successful businesses?
But I think that's the narrative though, of like, it's okay to work in a job, and you know what I'm saying, it's okay to, like, you can be successful working within the job. That's the narrative you've got to push now, where it's like, you're not successful, because the maddest thing is that people working jobs are making more than entrepreneurs. That's the reality as well. That's not spoken about enough. All the people with a job invest in properties, whatever, and they're clear. Do you know what I mean? In fact, the rich people that I know are working in jobs and work through the ranks, whatever. That's narrative you've got to push these days as well.
Let me tell you something.
Let's get into it, man.
There was one. I don't want to give off but I was working on something, right? And I got some sponsorship, right? And like from some business. Now that business, really successful business, the owners of that. So now, let's say the business is worth like $1 million or 2 or whatever. Now, the owners of that business, let's say there was like 4 owners, all of them had full-time jobs. What does that tell you?
This is a lot.
What does that tell you? Imagine that. So all you really need is, if you have like 4 friends, and 4 or 5 friends, all of you have full-time jobs, all of you lot put that little chip, that money into that thing, you could do a lot. But that's where the organization comes in and breaking it down. That's why one of the things I admire about the Asian community, they're good at coming together.
Yeah, facts.
And sometimes I feel like with our people, I'm not sure if we're good at coming together in that way. We're good at protesting. If something happens, what?
Let's complain.
Okay, cool, that's good. But let's say, okay, let's put our resources together to do something. Not for charity, respectfully. No, I'm saying to build. Let's do that. Let's give that a shot. Let's see how that goes. That's what I don't really see too much of, but hey, it is what it is.
No, that's real, man. I think that was a powerful. I think that conversation is nowhere near the internet. Like, working a job is not an internet, but I feel like now we put it there. However, I would say this: listen, do you got to do? If you feel like you're the one to do that business, give it a shot, man. Because when you're young, you can take a risk. I think you can take a risk. If it don't work out, you live in your mum's house.
No. Can I?
Go.
You see, when you're young, right, you feel and you think that you can take a risk, which you can, but it affects you later on in life. Because if you, let's say, go back to that age of 25, and if you don't stack that shelf right now, you say, no, you want to take a risk. Okay, no problem. Take the risk. Take that business loan, everything. By the time you're my age, that's when you will start stacking that shelf. If the business doesn't work out. Can you imagine me stacking shelves now?
But then there's the angle of regret though. Because you could be working at a job now, at 35, and part of you thinking, damn, like, I wish I gave that a shot.
No.
And that can burn the same way.
Let me tell you, as far as I think, by the time you get to 35, you thank yourself. You think that, you regret. You won't regret. Trust me, because you will see some things about life, and you'll be like, do you know what? Yeah, maybe I will not. I'm not regretting this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I don't want to continue the story, but I think round off, taking on what everyone's saying, and I'd love to get your thoughts on this. I think in this economy, this tight economy, cost of living, the best maneuver to make is work a job, stable income. When you have that stable income, then build. If you're a hardworking person, you're ambitious, then you can start building on top of that stable income. And then from there, that's how I feel like you could build a sustainable business. I don't think the whole dropping out of your job with 3 months of savings, I don't agree with that, so to speak. You can do it if you want to go for it. I'm not telling you what to do. But in my opinion, the most stable way to build a business is to have a stable income and build on top of your skill sets and your stable income.
Let me tell you something, right? I'll give you another spin to what you're saying. I wouldn't even say build on your skill set. No. I would say, right, if I was to give the youth advice today, I would say, first of all, obviously have the job, right? Then if you can crack this code, trust me, I'll be so happy for you. After you get the job, you need to have your network. 1, 2, 3, 4 friends, all of you have a job. And then all of you put the money together. If you can do that, then you choose an idea to go forward. However, the mistake that I think the people will make is this: okay, look, all of us have this money, we pull it together, let's go and start our own hoodies. No, there's nothing wrong with that. But no, there's nothing wrong with that. But what my advice would be is travel. When I say travel, hear me out. When I say travel, I don't mean, go to Las Vegas, go to Miami. No, go somewhere in Africa. I've just come back from Bali. You see those countries there, right? £1. If you tip someone £1, they're like, that's a good tip. You know, in London, if you tip someone £1, it's like,
sideways.
Thanks.
Like, they call you broke even.
Yeah, they can call you broke for tipping them. Over there, like, I'll just come back from Nigeria, right? And there were times that I didn't have cash. So I had to transfer. The transfer, there was like a minimum of £5 transfer, right?
Thieves.
Right, now, £5, if you were to tip someone £5 in Nigeria, that's like 11,700 naira. Bro, that means that you're a big boy. But to us in the UK, £5 is not. You can give £5 to a homeless person. You know this. So, if £5 is something in Nigeria, doesn't that tell you that, hold on, so if I go to Nigeria, that means that, not to say you should go and put yourself in the deep end, but if you could find a trustworthy source or something, you could definitely do something.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like a motorbike that, or people coming from London. One guy DM'd me the other day, God forgive me, I can't remember his name or whatever, and he said he wants to start up a business where people coming over from London to Nigeria, some type of concierge, that could work. Yeah. That's something that I'm looking into myself. That's something that doesn't even take too much money.
So what you're saying is that your pound goes a lot further in
It goes so much
so
further.
rather than struggling in the UK, how
and then trying to now
go
buy a hoodie and
bro,
go to another country, try and see, okay, what is something that people like yourself going to that other country would want? How can I be?
And I love that as well, because what I'm big on now, and I feel like when you got years in the game, a bit of experience, you understand that business solve problems. Yeah. And the maturity, and I feel like that's why passion is good. It's good to do what you're passionate about, but it's not gonna make you money. Obviously, if you have a bit of passion in what you do, it's good. However, if you want to make money, you got to identify a problem, a pain point, and that might not be your biggest passion. When it comes to people that sell concrete, they might not be passionate about concrete, but they're making a killing. Do you know what I mean? The person that made this sofa, they might not be passionate about sofas, but they're making money. So I think as you mature and you get older, understand that you got to look beyond your passion and find where is the opportunity.
Let me give you a random idea. So in Nigeria, they have a thing called a MiFi. Okay, a MiFi is kind of like a Wi-Fi, but a mini Wi-Fi. Okay. So in Nigeria, when you go there, it's like before you can even get a SIM card, you need to get like a NIN, national insurance stuff. Like it's a bit long before you could even get a SIM card, right? You need like your ID and everything. So if you were, for example, to come up with a service whereby, you know, all of that is sorted, like the whole ID stuff, but you use that to get the MiFi, which is the Wi-Fi, so that a person coming from London, when they get to Nigeria, they're just looking to be there for like a week or two. You can meet them at the airport with the MiFi, or there's meet-up points that they can go there, buy the thing, and have internet for like 2 weeks. I would have paid for that like that.
Yep.
Do you know how stressful it is when you just get there and it's like, oh, you don't know. Oh.
But why aren't people thinking of these ideas though? Why do they want to start a fashion brand and clothing brand though? Why?
No, because they haven't been there.
Yeah.
They haven't travelled.
But why is every single person in the UK is either
'Cause
nails, hair, nails, hair, fashion?
No, nails, hair, that makes money though.
Okay.
It's the fashion part that I don't get.
Okay.
Fully. Respectfully.
It's good profit margins though. 'Cause you can buy a t-shirt for a very, very low
Yeah, how
price.
many people are gonna, and how long are they gonna buy it for? Look at Ed Hardy. It came in and went.
It's true.
Lila Scott, you know what I mean? And those are big brands.
But I want to continue because I feel like we could be here all day in it, like, you know what I'm saying? But I want to continue the story a little bit as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, think about time, university, navigating jobs. I want to give you like your own time now to talk about the journey from university into Blue Story,
Or
and
Blue
like,
Therapy.
Blue Therapy, sorry, and like talk about that a little bit. So let's navigate that. Like, it's in the time now, going from you navigating your, you know, the corporate life, corporate world, working IT, to your life essentially changing through Blue Therapy.
That's a long. It was well after uni to Blue Therapy. That's like 10 years.
Okay.
So I have to cut it. So
Okay,
which point do you want me to?
Cool. So you're working in IT now, then, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So when did Blue Therapy come out? When you're working in IT?
No, years after, like about 28, 32, 5 years.
And
after.
you were an entrepreneur.
6 years after.
Are you an entrepreneur at that point?
Just after. Okay, Blue Therapy, yes, entrepreneur at that point.
So, and you left your job to become an entrepreneur?
Yes.
And that contradicts what you said earlier. So,
yeah.
can we talk about
no,
that a
so
little
I'm
bit?
talking from
Okay,
experience.
talking about experience,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So, what was that experience?
So, when I was working as an IT consultant in the city, it was good. It was a good job. I'm not gonna lie. I think probably the best job I've had at the time. Really good job, man. I don't miss the place, but I miss the place.
I know the tech.
I miss the vibe.
I know the tech money is serious.
Anyway, so obviously at the time apps were booming. That time, if you have an app, from the ads on the app, they were selling for millions. Do you remember that time?
Yeah.
This was
facts.
like 2016.
Yep.
So, within the company that I was working in, there were loads of people, like young people, going in to get jobs in startups and stuff. So all of them were doing like different courses and learning coding and all that type of stuff. And I was thinking to myself, I remember there was one day I was talking to some young guy, and he was like, do you know what? There's a certain type of job he's looking for. And I was like, boy, because obviously working in a company, I have the knowledge of what's going on in the let's say in the IT workspace at the time. So I said to him, boy, if you want that, you're gonna have to have these skills, X, Y, Z. And he was like, okay, do you know what? Give me 3 months. I'm gonna study this. I'm gonna perfect it, and I'll get back to you. I said, all right, cool. 3 months. He came back. I said, all right, look, I just sent you an email of a test. Do that test and get back to me. He done the test. The guy got like 90 something. This guy was like 20. So that's at the time. I was probably, let's say 27, 26. I was thinking, if all these small boys could do this thing, what's going on? So I had a business idea at the time, which was called PS Bridges.
Okay.
Now that was actually a student society business that connects sponsors to student societies. So with student societies, you know, like they have their events, but it's the students that actually pay for the events. So rather than the students paying, it will be like a sponsor that comes in, puts their logo there, and then the event's free because they paid for it.
Okay, makes sense.
I mean? But then when I was starting that up, obviously in the workplace, I wasn't able to really navigate. Long story short, quit the job, went full in.
So mindset there. Why are you quitting your jobs? Is this like you're thinking this is my...
Yeah.
But if you're enjoying your job, why are you quitting it? Your naivety.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I had an ex at the time. She was telling me, trust me, she was telling me, babe.
Put up the exit there.
Yeah, she said, babe. And I was like, look.
And what were the things you realised working for yourself different to working corporate?
I would say a few things that I mentioned. So, you know, you meet a lot of BS people. It used to be painful. It's not painful anymore. Because when you get older, you can spot BS from a mile away.
Yeah, you can smell it.
But when you're younger, you don't really know. Someone comes to you, they sell you all the dreams, and you're like, oh my God, this is it. I'm going to get this big contract. This person's uncle is a blah, 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 blah. This person's friend works in blah, blah, blah. By the time they hit you 1, 2, 2, you say, okay, I messed up. You get what I'm saying? When you see that so many times, then eventually you start to understand, okay.
It's not what I thought it was.
So the people that do the most talking, they're not. It's the people that don't really talk too much. Or sometimes the people that talk, you never really know. But it just depends. You just need to know how to suss them out and test them fast.
Is that why now you advise stay in your job, man? It's not worth it?
Yeah. But at the same time, if you want to get into business with someone or something, and if the person says, okay, they've got this contact of XYZ, oh really, test it there and then. Oh, you know that person? Oh, okay, call them. Okay, get them to do this. Yeah. Test it there and then. The sooner you test it, the better, the more you know. Oh, your dad is, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, show me this way. Okay, do this thing now. Yeah. If they cannot do that thing, then don't mention it. You can't be treating someone like they're XYZ if they're not bringing that to the table.
Of course. Cool, so you're doing the app. You're getting mad invoices that are overdue by 10 months, like, you know.
I never said that.
Okay.
So, now, with the app now, first of all, through a friend, I got someone that was in India to start making it. So I was paying him monthly. Okay, cool. I was paying him. But then, as I was doing the apps, that's when I learned how to do websites. I started to learn coding.
Yep.
But at the time, websites are not what it is now, so it was manageable. Now, have you heard of a guy called Bad Guy Toba?
I haven't, you know.
So he's a promoter. Have you heard of Smade?
No.
Afro Nation.
Yes.
The guy that made Afro Nation, Smade. Okay, cool. He's a popular promoter. So there's another guy called Bad Guy Toba. He does events too. So at the time he was like really popular. This is Snapchat was popping at that time, but I wasn't into social. So long story short, as a joke, because I was making websites, when I was chilling with my boys, I said, you know what, this Toba guy, if I was to make a website for him, it would have XYZ, and I was naming all the features. And my friends was like, okay, you should make it. Let's see. So I went away for a couple of weeks, came back to the man and said, oh, do you know what? Type in this link, have a look. And everyone's like, oh shit, like you made it. This is dope. Coincidentally, a few days after, the Toba guy posted on his Snapchat. He was popping.
Yeah.
So he was like, guys, you know what? I need someone to make a website. Send a WhatsApp to this number and blah, 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 blah. Let's talk business.
Bring the mic a bit close, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
and he's a money guy as well. So when someone sent that to me, I was like, oh, I just sent the link to that WhatsApp. And then the Toba guy was like, oh, I need to meet this guy. Who are you? When I went to meet him, that's when he opened me up to a whole different life.
Wow.
Shout out to Toba.
One network, you know.
Yeah. Shout out to bad guy Toba. Let me not say it. He's cool. He's a bad man. Yeah, but he's cool.
Yeah.
He tried for me that time. So what happened is, now I'm paying this guy for the apps, right? On this side, through Toba, I was able to now get different clients for the website. So I was making websites up and down, getting money. Then, obviously, remember, I quit the job.
Yeah.
So when it wasn't sustainable anymore for the app, I then came across like an app builder. We know about those now.
Yeah.
But at that time, we didn't.
Yeah.
I learned how to do it through an app builder. Boom, I made the thing myself.
Yeah, so like cut the cost.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was doing that myself, but I was also doing the websites. Boom, 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 boom. And then when I finally made the app, it's on the App Store and everything. I was so happy. I didn't know that that was the beginning of the end. Because you see, as an entrepreneur, right? You always tell yourself every day that, damn, once I get this contract, once I get this thing, over. Everything will change. But what you don't know is the day you get that thing, that's when it's like, okay, what now? And that's what it was. So by the time the app was in the App Store, it's like, okay, now I need to market it. Now I need to this. Now I need to that. Now I need to this. Now I need to get clients. I didn't have clients. I'm there focusing. Now, the way I work is, if I want to work on something, get the clients first.
Yeah, facts.
Just show it to them. Say, listen, this is what I'm working on. Put down the money. We've got this thing. But when they put down the money, then you pay the person. Then at least you know the clients are there.
Facts.
But if you work on the whole thing, not knowing what the person wants, then you now bring it to them and they're like, sorry, I don't want this. Then they fucking.
And is that what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then is this around the time that Blue Therapy came around?
No.
Okay.
That was still like 2018.
So how did you navigate that period then of your life?
Obviously, I had the websites and I was basically like with the Bad Guy Toba guy. He had like dope events, so that kind of kept me happy because I was going there for free.
Okay.
How old was I? 27, 28, and obviously I was doing the whole website thing. I had a girlfriend as well. Yeah, I kind of gained a bit of weight. Yeah, it was looking back, it was a tiny bit of dark times to be fair.
Really?
But I had a conversation with that ex one day. Long story short, I decided to have a transformation. So what happened is, went to the gym, got a trainer, had a whole transformation. I was looking proper, right?
Yeah,
Then when I had my transformation, all of the people around me like, oh my God, how did you do it? Listen, I'm gonna pay you to da da da. I was like, I was an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I said, all right, cool. Went online. So, okay, how do I become a trainer? Da, da, da. Oh, this course, that course. Well, that's like, done it. In about a few months. Got the certification. I said, okay, yeah, you said they're going to pay me, right? All right, cool, come. I charge, let's say at the time, trainers were charging £30, but obviously me, I said, listen, I'll charge £90 per hour. That's just, because I know how to package.
Yeah.
And they were like, boy, we can do 70, 60. I said, okay, cool. That's it. Boom, start running it up.
Still more than 30 as well.
Yeah, start running it up. Cool, so we got the IT, the websites, and we've got the...
Okay, multiple streams.
Then, lockdown. I was just about to open a gym.
Say words.
Yeah. I was looking at Fulham.
How'd you get the funding for that? Through the post training?
Okay, cool. Now, with the clients, the fitness clients, by the way, I had some of them that were, long story short, they were good.
Wealthy, yeah.
Very, very, very wealthy. And I already pitched the idea to them. I said, listen, obviously you're a client. You know how much I'm making from it. I was, per person, those specific clients, I was probably making about $450 a week.
Wow.
One person.
It's the pool that people don't know about, you know.
One person. People, how could... Now, this type of client, this is for all the personal traders out there. There's different types of clients, right? They know this. There's the clients that they want to lose weight. There's the clients that want to gain weight. There's a client that just wants a trainer. Yeah. Those are my guys. He doesn't have goals. He doesn't have fitness goals. Yeah. He just likes to feel good. Those guys, they're giving you maybe like $450 a week.
High ticket clients, man.
Yeah. And I'm training him 5:30 to 6:30 in the morning.
And they probably care the least as well a little bit.
Yeah.
Whereas the ones where it's like their last penny.
Yeah.
They want to see the pound reducing.
Yeah, right. That second.
With each bicep curl, yeah.
Whereby those guys 5:30 to 6:30 in the morning, that tells you that the guy doesn't have time. Just wants to come in, go in, mash him up, and then pause. But
pause though.
And then so where was I? Okay, cool. Long story short, I had to stop the app stuff.
Lockdown, yeah.
Lockdown happened. So when lockdown happened, obviously I still had the website thing going. Fitness as well, online clients. And then that's when Blue Therapy came. Long story short. That's a whole nother story. Because the guy, I know him from uni. I've seen the story a billion times.
And I feel like people know what Blue Therapy is. You know, the story behind it. That Andy reacted to you. You weren't sure if you wanted to do it.
Right.
He eventually convinced you.
Right.
To be fair, what was the mindset? Like, what made you kind of say yes to it?
So at the time, I was thinking to myself, boy, we were probably like 10 months into lockdown. So it's like, are we ever gonna come out of this? Probably not. You know what I mean? So it's like,
good
imagine
timing, to be fair.
Yeah, if you thought the world was gonna end, then I'm sure everyone at some point was thinking the world could actually be coming to an end. Obviously, the world has never gone on lockdown like that. Like in history. So if you think to yourself, okay, do you know what? If the world was to end and I was to do something like just random, what would it be? And you'd probably do it. As long as it's not illegal or, you know? If it's like, oh, do you know what? There's some acting thing, like some show on YouTube and I was like,
Did you know it would be as big as it was though? Never, yeah. All you expecting?
No, because bear in mind, it's a new show. So with new shows, you don't know.
Yeah.
With Backchat, that's big, but at the time, it wasn't Backchat. I wouldn't go on Backchat, even then.
Yeah.
It's too...
Backchat was mad.
There's too much
not
going
your
on.
Image,
There's too much going on. So with this one, I was like, okay, do you know what? You know, it's going to be a couples thing. You're going to just, go back and forth. It's interesting. It sounded interesting. I was like, did I think it was going to go off like that? Hell no. Because I knew I was acting. The people that knew me, you talking to me now, if you saw me somewhere else talking, you would know if I'm acting or not.
I didn't even know it was acting at the time.
No, but I'm saying now.
Yeah, I know now, yeah.
No, but now talking to me, if I'm somewhere else and I say something, Paul's trolling. because you know me like that.
But you are an amazing actor. You need to get.
Thank you,
I know
brother.
you've probably thought about acting at some point though.
Bro,
you
do you
need
know
to
what?
be getting because that. When I tell you that there, just quickly Blue Therapy, bro. That was so believable, bro.
Thank you,
I was with my brothers watching it in my living room. We were locked in, bro.
Mm.
I fully thought you were that traditional man, bro. You know what I mean? Traditional guy, like provider, and you played it so well, man.
Thank you, brother.
So what is acting on the cards at some point then?
Do you know what? It's something that I'm definitely open to. However, I feel like with acting, in my opinion, I think there's a lot of gatekeepers there.
I want to ask you because surely you've probably done more than people that have gotten these roles I've seen in the UK kind of scene. Does that touch you a little bit?
Good question. Sometimes, because I think to myself, oh, but then again, some people, they've explained to me that, bro, first of all, I don't have an agent. Second of all, I didn't go to any casting. Now, not having an agent, I don't even know where to look for an agent.
Yeah,
that's
facts.
one.
Yeah.
And two, the casting, I don't even know where to even find the casting too. But then again, if I really cared, I'll be looking.
So you think it's more on yourself why you haven't gotten some of these roles?
I will take accountability and say, listen, if I took this whole acting thing seriously, I could have, done something to make sure I'm in the right places, spaces. However, at the same time, another part of me says, yeah, well, why couldn't someone send me a DM or da-da-da-da?
Of course.
But then again,
why do you think that is then?
Why would they? Why should they? Why do they care? If I cared, I will be DMing them. I'll find out who they are and DM them. So
good mindset. So I want to ask, what was it like then? Getting millions of views. Like at the time, like were people messaging you, calling you? Like what was that transition like? Because it must have happened so quickly. So what was it like from your perspective?
Right. So at the time, there's two elements to it. There's online and there's real. Now the people in my real life, they are really not online.
Okay, so they didn't know.
Yeah. I swear to you, I'm calling them. Have you watched episode 3? No, I haven't even watched episode 1. I'm sorry, I've been busy. I swear to you.
Yeah.
So the thing's going viral everywhere else apart from my inner circle because they don't watch stuff like that. So I'm calling my people, telling them what's happening. So it wasn't affecting my real life because my people weren't watching it.
They're not affect you a little bit thinking you should be supporting my thing or you don't care?
No, I get it. I'm like them too.
Okay.
I'm not into that type of stuff.
Okay, cool.
So one part of it was that, first of all, so my people weren't really watching it until probably like episode 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Now, the other part, the online, when you see all the hate, it's like, it was so funny to me and
really?
I was happy because I said, yeah, I've done a good job.
Oh, I played the role.
Yeah,
Like being a villain, you want to be hated.
Yeah.
So it didn't touch you at all. Like there wasn't like a comment that said.
Not at the time.
There wasn't like a comment.
Not at that
I've
time.
been there where it's like,
No,
I don't get offended yet, but I get that one comment.
No, not at
like,
that time. Because at that time, I'm thinking, well, obviously the things like that. Everything they're saying is in relation to the show, and the show isn't real. So
yeah,
they didn't say anything personal.
I wanted. What did it do to you as a person?
Right.
Did you feel as though you changed through this kind of newfound notoriety?
No, because at the time it still didn't. I don't know how to explain it. When you're online, it's just like now. When you're talking 1,000 views, 2,000 views, is there a difference to you?
No.
But you don't know. So imagine before, I really didn't know. I'm just seeing numbers. I'm like, it's interesting. You just go back to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing. It's only when I went out. Hey,
let's talk about that then. Share some experiences,
bro. Remember, because obviously it was lockdown. We weren't even allowed to go out like that. But when I first went out, bro, it was mad. Literally, as soon as I step out my house, people are dropping their shopping bags. Oh my God. I still get it now, but not like before. Now, it's more subtle.
Yeah.
But before, it was like people will come up to me and touch me. Wow, you are real. You actually exist.
How are you taking this though? Like,
no, because at the time,
were you thinking I'm the guy? Like,
no, you don't see. No, you won't. The guy himself never sees it like that.
Yeah, facts.
It's only if you're watching from the outside. It seems like, trust me. As for me myself, I was like, what's going on?
Like, bro, you good? Like, that video.
This is crazy. It was. I remember, like, remember Emma Vontel when I done the shoot with the girl in the car. Now that day that I went to meet up with them, as we were there standing up in Knightsbridge about to get in a car to do the interview, one guy drove past in like a new range. And he pulled up, he was with his girl. He pulled up and he said, Paul, listen, I have to take a picture with you, bro. You're a legend, bro. And I was thinking, what?
Yeah.
Do Do you understand?
Yeah.
So at the time, it was just, everything was just like, whoa. Like, how can you go, one day you go out and everyone knows you and everyone's just looking at you. So it was a bit like.
And what were you like business hat on, thinking I'm gonna use this to?
That's the thing.
So
now,
what was your mindset?
good.
At this
I'll
time
tell
frame?
you. So basically, at that time, what I've noticed about life is right now you can sit down, you can say, okay, you got the business hat on, but the bigger you get, for some reason, it does something whereby when you see too much or when so much happens in your life, it takes away something else. Before I was in this shoe, if I could see someone else in these shoes, I could say a billion things. Bah, 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 bah. But when you get in the shoe, that's when emotions come in. That's when experience come in. That's when fear comes in. Different type of stuff. You're thinking this, that, this, that. Because there's so much happening.
And that's the perspective I want to give, like the other end of the stick.
However,
that people,
luckily now we have AI. So I could just give it a prompt. And it could tell me 10 million. And I'm like, that's a good one. Let me do that. And then just post it and then see what happens. Whereby if you have to actually think for yourself, there's so much happening. There's so much happening.
Yeah, no, bro, it's inspiring to see. Your story has been inspiring. I like how real and honest you are as well,
Thank
man,
you.
about the advice, because I feel like that's what we need.
Yeah.
That's what I'm about, but I want that real, honest kind of stuff in it. So I'm thankful for you providing, man. So
No problem.
just to wrap up then, so there's a few things, right? So this podcast is aimed for a young 17, 18-year-old version of yourself. So I've got a few questions I want to ask then. The first one is, like, generally speaking, you spoke to a lot of people around dating, calculate couples, which I haven't touched on, but people can check that out. First of all, because, and I mean this is a serious question, young people are struggling right now with dating, whether it's the financial side of things, finding the right people. What advice would you give a young person to navigate a dating scene effectively, like the raw, honest advice you can give them?
I'd have different advice for guys and girls.
Let's give both.
So for the guys, I would say, young man, focus on yourself and get a job. That's the best thing you could do for your dating life. Get a job. Because when you can't blame a girl. She's gonna go. She wants the nicer. The first Louis bag I got for a girl, I was probably 20, and I don't regret that. I get it, and I look back and I smile. And me and that ex, when we spoke one other time, whatever, we both look back and we laughed at, damn, that was a little bit silly. Do you know what I mean? But I get it when we do stuff like that as men, but trust me, later on you'll realize that you wasted your time. Focus on yourself, get yourself a job. That holiday or thing that she says she wants now, if she leaves you for not giving it to her, then she's not for you. If she stays, she will appreciate it later. Because now a guy could say, okay, he wants to marry a girl, he wants to propose and all that type of stuff. Okay, but you're putting more effort into taking her to Sexy Fish and Okay, but she pressured you into that. But don't do it. And then if she stays, she's yours. If she doesn't stay, maybe she's not yours.
And it feels better as well to do the
of
right
course.
thing for the girl that actually appreciates it, not just
No. But at the same time, it even feels good to even just do it anyway.
Yeah.
I get it. But if a girl really loves you and stuff, she would appreciate you for not doing it and doing the right thing.
And for the girls?
For the girls, I would say let's look into an older guy. Look, you think I'm joking? Okay, you see.
I don't think you're joking. That's the
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm here.
Trust me, just look at, because at the end of the day, if you're looking at a guy your age and you're trying to look for something that I'm doing, look for a guy my age. But no. Let me take that back, because you said how old are they? 16.
Yeah. I was gonna add that. Like consensual.
This is
and age.
This is,
we're talking more for 20 plus, 21 plus. That's the age you're talking now.
Right. So let me give you my age bracket. Right. So personally, obviously I'm in a relationship, whatever. But if I wasn't, and I'm gonna talk to a girl, she needs to be 28 plus. That's my vibe.
Do you think women should be going for older men because they're a bit more, stable, a bit more emotionally stable as well, experienced? Yeah. You don't think there's any issue with that?
No,
I don't think so. I'm just asking. Yeah.
What, going for an older guy?
I don't think. I'm just asking.
No, of course not. But it depends how old though. But no.
Okay. So 22-year-old girl, what kind of?
She should be looking at a guy that's like what, 28?
28. So not 24, 25.
24. What? How did you say? 22.
She's 22. Yeah.
Okay, if she's 22, 26, 20, yeah.
Okay.
But this is based on
It's context as well though, because every guy's at different levels in life anyway.
Yeah, and I feel like a guy that's like 26, 27, 22, is that, I think that's, I don't know, I can't see in the,
like I feel that's calm.
Yeah, I can't really see what they look like or anything. It all depends. But if you're talking about what the guy's doing for himself, what he's achieved, and all them type of stuff, there, more time a guy that's 28 is still trying to find himself.
Yeah, true.
That's the.
So why does it matter then what age it is? Because you can be 24.
He's more likely going to be trying to find himself if he's younger.
Okay, true. And then second piece of advice is just general for like, I want to ask for young Paul. Like you mentioned earlier that you were trying to figure things out, man. You had MC. Bouncing jobs.
No, MC. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, MC presenting, university.
Yeah.
So, like, what advice would you give to, like, you know, looking back now to that young Paul?
At what age?
17, 18, 20.
I should have stayed in that Royal Courts of Justice job. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I could have done a madness with that. But then again, if I didn't have the right guidance, I could have messed it up anyway. So
yeah.
But then again, I got some good contacts from uni, good experience as well, good friends till today. So
yeah. So the premise is stay in work.
Yeah, that's the most important for the people. What country are your audience from? Black?
Yeah, a lot of them will be black. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, if you're a black person in this country, respect yourself. This is not your country. Respect yourself. Get yourself a job. Humble yourself a little bit, and just get your group of people. Start saving your pee, and look at how you're gonna start. You understand? Because if you come here and start moving, man, I mentor Mizzy, so you know I've seen some things.
Yeah.
I could show you. I was talking to him just now. I could show you. He's showing me about his job. I don't want to go into. I think he should be okay. Oh God. Now, long story short, he got a job, right? But some mistakes he's made in the past are affecting him now with his job. So they're able to kind of pull him up on stuff that he's done when he was 17. They hold on, was this you? Well, that's gonna affect your working status right now because XYZ. This is what he's experiencing now. Obviously, it's an extreme case, but I'm just saying. There's that. Now, if you're a young black person, respect yourself. Get your job first. Just secure that one. Secure that job first. Have some savers. Have your network, and all you guys just have some savers together and stuff, and then open your mouth to talk. If you haven't done that and you open sexy fish around me, you can't mention sexy fish around. All these young people, if you talk to me, I will tell you.
What, you shouldn't date before you get a job now?
No, you can date, but you have to date on your level. If a girl's telling you, oh, what? My brother, tell her to go and do it herself. It's true, because how can she call you broke if she doesn't have as much? She doesn't have more money than you. You can't call her broke if you don't have more money. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's broke. No one's broke. What are you talking about? What is broke? What is rich?
Yeah.
What the hell? Why do we do this as people to ourselves?
Oh, facts, man. I feel like in other communities as well, it's not like this, man. Like I see the love at university. I know you see them uni couples in like these white communities, and like they're in love,
but they're just doing like
and they're sharing sandwiches on the bench.
You know what I mean? But with us, it needs to be. Oh, is it? Okay, cool. You keep on doing that, and you see where it will get you. I'm telling you, we need to stop.
You've probably seen that now at your age now, where you've seen people that know.
Look, I've seen. I know what I've seen. Because people say Bali, yeah, but we've been in a relationship for 2 years now. You think we went Bali in the first? There's girls that can now say to them, yeah, look at what Paul's doing. Okay, cool, but what you do for him? Have you done it for him? Are you gonna do it for him? So why? Not to say, obviously, my girl hasn't done that for me, but still, we've been together for 2 years. Have you been with a guy for 2 years? Have you? You know what I mean? So sometimes I feel like girls put pressure on a guy, but at the same time, as a man, it's left up to you to be that logical reason to say,
facts.
Yeah, I hear all of that pressure about cool down. This is how we're gonna do things around here.
Because as men, we're leaders anyway. Do you know what I mean? As well, I think men need to understand that we need to lead.
And if you're not able to lead that girl, she's not for you. Simple.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is. The bottom line, man. But listen, thanks so much for coming on the Okolo show, man. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, brother.
Man, honestly, man. One of my favorite episodes so far as well, man. Good, man. We're done. We're out. Thank you.